안녕하세요. Hi, it's G. Today I am going to review sentences in my weekly vocabulary book. Weekly vocabulary book. I'm going to be choosing sentences that I haven't already learned, and I'm going to be covering up the English part and just trying to read the Korean part and see how much I can already understand, or possibly, hopefully, maybe work out in context. You guys are going to see me struggle and work out each sentence step by step. Also, although I have never seen the sentences before, I will be reading each one out loud just to practice my speaking, because you guys are going to see that is definitely my weakest. So just to show you the structure of this book, I'm going to choose a lesson that I've already done and seen the sentences for. So I've already done 보다. So basically with this vocab book, it has really simple sentences on this side, and then this side is more intermediate. And as you can see, it does have the English sentence below the Korean sentence. So what I'm going to be doing is covering that up with this little sticky note, and also covering up this side that gives the vocab words by using my vocab book, so that I can't see any of the English whatsoever, and I'm just going to be trying to figure out the context sentence. I will pretty much be ignoring all of the really easy beginner stuff and just jumping headfirst into the more challenging sentences that are on the other page. I'm gonna go in with sentences that use 말하다 because I already learned 말하다. I know that 말하다 is to speak. So I'm going to choose that subject and go through the more challenging sentences and try and figure out what they mean. If there are any vocabulary words that I don't already know, I'll be making a note of them in my vocab book so that I can review these later on and hopefully come to memorize them. At least that's the plan. So sentence one, which I'm going to pop up on the screen for you, is 다른 사람이 말하는 걸 다른 사람이 말하는 걸 들었어요. I always really struggle to pronounce that little sound.
Brother,
So bear with me. Honestly, my pronunciation in general is pretty terrible, as you can see. Hence why I said that one of my main goals is to improve my speaking. But anyway, 다른 사람이 말하는 걸 들었어요. So let's break this down, shall we? So 다른 is different. 사람 is person. 말하는 is to speak. 말하는 is not to speak. 말하다 is to speak. 들었어요 is listened. I don't know. My best guess is I listened to other people talk. That's my best guess. So let's see what it actually is. I heard other people talking about it, or I heard them talking about it. So maybe I was a little bit too literal with my translation, but I do know all of the words in the sentence, so I don't think I need to make a note of any of the vocabulary for this one. I just need to work on my pronunciation. So I'm gonna try and say it one more time. 다른 사람이 말하는 걸 들었어요. Alright, next sentence. 10시까지 여기로 오라고 말했어요. Okay, so 10시 is 10 o'clock. 까지 is by or until. 여기 is here. 오라고, I'm not sure what 오라고 is. I feel like I've heard it a lot in sentences, but right now I'm completely blanking. I'm not sure. 말했어요 is to say in past tense. Just in context, I'm guessing it means I told someone to come here by 10 o'clock. Yes, it says I told them to come here by 10 o'clock. So pretty much what I said. So proud of myself for that one. Not proud of the pronunciation though. So let's move on to the next sentence. 그 사람이랑은 말하고 싶지 않아요. 그 사람이랑은 말하고 싶지 않아요. Breaking it down again. 사람 again is person. 이랑 is with. 고 싶지 않아요 is I don't want to do something. Fun fact, I learned that from 17 song 울고 싶지 않아. 울고 싶지 않아. Embarrassing to admit, but it's true. So through that alone, thanks to 17, I think I can work this sentence out in context, and I think it's saying I don't want to listen to what people 사람이랑은 no, that's throwing me off. I feel like it means I don't want to listen to what somebody else is saying, but I'm confused by the 이랑. I'm just gonna say that it means I don't want to listen to what somebody is saying. Ah! Kind of, but not really. It says, I don't want to talk with him, which I should have got that from the 이랑. Remember I said the 이랑 was throwing me off? It's, I don't want to talk with them. I don't want to talk with that person. I should have known that because I was so hung up on the 이랑, and I know that 이랑 means with, so I should have known that it meant I don't want to talk with that person. Of course it did. I'm kind of annoyed at myself for that one. I feel like I should have known that, honestly, but you win some, you lose some. 제가 어제 뭐라고? Okay, 잠깐만. 한 번 더. 제가 어제 뭐라고 말했는지 기억해요? This is helpful because this one is a question, obviously, so that helps me out a little bit. 제가 어제 is yesterday, I believe. 뭐 is what. 기억 is remember. So I know those words. I think the question is, do you remember what I said yesterday? Shocker, I am actually correct. I'm pretty proud of myself because it's actually word for word what I said. However, I do think that that one was slightly easier for me because it was obviously a question and I already knew a lot of the vocabulary words. The next sentence is 필요한 게 있으면 뭐든지 말해주세요. Okay, 필요 is to need something. 있으면 면 is if, 뭐 again is what, and 말 is speak. 주세요 is like a polite way of asking people to do things for you, basically. So I think it could possibly mean if there's something you need, then please ask me. Ah, okay. It says if you need anything, tell me, whatever it may be. So close, but not quite. The word that I didn't really get was 뭐든지, which means whatever it is. I'm gonna make a note of that in my vocab book because yeah, I didn't know that. And that did change the meaning of the sentence slightly. So my Hangul is absolutely dreadful, by the way. Next sentence. 그 문제에 대해서는 말하고 싶지 않아요. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. This one has me pretty stumped. The only words I really understand in this sentence are 그, 말하고, and 쉽지 않아요. The only part I understand is I don't want to talk. So 문 is door, but I don't think it's saying that he doesn't want to talk about a door. So let's see. It's definitely not saying that they don't want to talk about a door. It's I don't want to talk about that problem. 문제 is problem, which I did not know. So again, I'm gonna make a note of 문제. Moving on.
What does that say, Anaya?
화내지 않을 테니까 솔직히 말해주세요. It's not so, it's so. 테니까, I think, is because of something, right? I know 솔직히, I know my pronunciation, I'm actually butchering that, but I know that that word means honestly, and 말해주세요 is please tell me. So I know that part of the sentence means please be honest with me or please tell me honestly, but I'm not sure what the rest of it is. Let's find out together. 화내다 means to be angry at someone or to yell at someone out of anger. So it means I won't get angry, so just tell me honestly. So I'm gonna make a note of 화내다. And that brings us to the last sentence, which is 무슨 일이 있었는지는 그대로 말할게요. I know 무슨 일이 is a way of saying what's wrong or what's the matter or what's up. And the rest I have no idea on. Apparently it means I will tell you exactly what happened. I will make a note of that entire sentence, I think. Honestly, most of those sentences were a lot more difficult than I anticipated. I knew I would butcher the pronunciation of a lot of it because, you know, it's me. My pronunciation is so bad. Going through each of the sentences step by step really helped me see how the vocabulary and the grammar worked in context. That's why I think learning sentences in this way is actually really helpful, because you get to see the vocab and the grammar used in context of a sentence or in context of a discussion, and that is just so valuable. I highly recommend learning words and grammar in context. I think it is the best way to make it really stick in your mind. And here is the list of vocab words that I made for today.
Oh my god, what is that?
Please do ignore the fact that I have the handwriting of a 5-year-old. But yeah, I made a note of all of the vocab that I didn't know / phrases that I didn't know that I thought would be useful, ready to review and memorize. Thank you so much for watching and for learning Korean with me today. Comment your favorite sentence or word down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more Korean studying videos. I will see you next time. Bye! 영상 봐주셔서 감사합니다. 재미있게 보셨다면 구독과 좋아요 눌러주세요. 댓글도 많이 달아주세요. 다음에 봐요. 안녕!